Hey guys, so I'm back with this tutorial. You guys requested this look from my last video, and I'm just starting off with my brows, and I'm using Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown, and I'm just lightly defining them, giving them a little more color, and I'm going to be deepening them up a little bit later, and then I'm applying some lip plumper. This one is from the Sephora collection, and I really like it. And then I'm going to clean up my brows. I never missed this step. Even though I had just gotten my eyebrows done right before this video, I still feel like I need to clean them up and really define them. This really gives my eyeshadow a nice clean look and my eyebrows. So I'm using MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC15, which is a little bit lighter than my skin tone, and I'm using a MAC 212 brush to really define them and clean them up, and I just pull the product down. And then I'm going to jump into priming my eyes, and this one's from Benefit, and this is their Air Patrol eye primer, and I really love this because it's like soft ochre from MAC, except it's not drying at all. So I really love the consistency. I think it's like a BB cream or something for your eyes. I really like it. My eyeshadow lasted all day. It's a nice cream yellow kind of shade, just like soft ochre. Literally is the same shade as soft ochre, but sometimes the paint pots by MAC really dry out my eyelids, and lately they've been extra dry and extra wrinkly, so I opted for this one. And then I'm going to just cancel any other discoloration on my eyes and add this really nice bone color. This is Blanc by Anastasia, and I'm just packing this all over the lid on my brow bone, just basically all over. This is going to give us a nice base for the transition color and the crease colors, and since this is an all matte eye, I love starting off with a color like that. And then I'm adding a little bit of Peach Smoothie, and I'm just applying this on my lid, not too heavily, just right on top of the lid, because I didn't want the lid to be too white and I didn't want it to be too peachy, so I kind of mixed the two. And then I'm jumping into the shade Bengal, and I'm using MAC 221 brush. I love this brush for smaller eyes. It is high key, like I love this. I have two of them. It is amazing. I love it because I have relatively small eyes, and to get definition on my eyes, any other brush just gets all over. So it's not too small and it's not too large, and I'm just applying this color right in the crease, and it's a really nice warm shade. I was using a little bit of Birkin and a little bit of Bengal from Anastasia. I did a whole video on my favorite Anastasia, MAC, and Makeup Geek shadows, so definitely go check that out if you haven't. So I'm just adding a little bit more warmth to my crease, and I'm making sure that I'm not dragging this down onto my lid, because that's just going to give us more work later. So I'm just hugging the socket of my eye and just back and forth in windshield wipe promotions. I cannot talk. Next, I'm using this Sigma E36, also a great brush for small eyes. It really is precise, and it is one of their blending brushes, and I'm just going in with something a little bit deeper and a little bit darker. So the way I like to do my eyeshadow is gradually getting darker and darker as I go. The darker the shadow, the smaller the brush for my eye shape. And then I'm using Blur from Melt Cosmetics. This is their Dark Matter Stack. I love Blur. As you can see, it literally blurred out any like harsh lines that I had, and it just kind of blurs everything. It looks really nice. So I'm just reapplying the Blanc shade to clean everything up, and applying a little bit to my inner corners as well to open up the eyes. Then I'm applying Tom Ford Eye Definer Liquid Liner, and I'm just creating a pretty dramatic wing. Since the eyes are pretty simple and we're going to add a little pop of glitter, it's still not dramatic, so I like to go for a dramatic wing. I feel like it suits my eye shape, and whenever I don't wear a wing, I just feel, I don't know, really strange. So this is just my comfort. I love a really dramatic long wing. You do the wing that goes for your eye shape and, you know, what makes you feel good. So I'm just cleaning it up with some eye cream. This is MAC Fast Response Eye Cream, because I went a little crazy with this side. One wing is always better than the other. Just don't fear the wing, because they can sense your fear. And then I'm applying some Makeup Geek Black eyeliner to my top lid. And then I'm applying these Featherette lashes. So when I was doing Lisa from Morphe's makeup, she actually gifted these to me because she said they're her absolute favorite. So again, they're Featherette by House of Lashes. I love them. I do wish they were a little bit longer, but they're a nice alternative to like my crazy big Mykonos and Iconics. Like, these are just like really nice. They're not too dramatic. And then I'm applying the star of the show. This is Urban Decay Glitter Liner in Midnight Cowboy. My favorite. I love this. I use this almost now every single time I do my makeup. And then the key to this is to not open your eyes and to let that really dry, or else it's going to get everywhere. I'm applying 2 primers. I use Dr. Brandt Pores No More as well as the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. And then I'm applying some Farsali Liquid Gold like beauty oil. I know this is going fast, but I'm using a lot of hydrating products. And then for my foundation, I'm using La Mer Treatment Foundation. Now, if you missed any of those products that I mentioned, I will have them down below. Love the Farsali Beauty Elixir with Rose Gold. Love, love, love it, especially for dry skin. And I love the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer because it makes my foundation waterproof or like water resistant. And then the Dr. Brandt because it fills in my pores. So I know it's a lot of product, but that's just how I get my flawless finish. And I am loving this foundation. I am in the shade Porcelain. And I'm just pouncing the Beauty Blender on my face pretty quickly. And then I'm using Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, my favorite concealer. Probably top 3 of all time. It is just full coverage, never drying. It's just what you want in a concealer. I feel like nothing really beats this one. And I usually use warm lights or light neutral. So I'm just blending that in with the same beauty blender. And I applied the elixir to my face. Sometimes I apply the Farsali onto the beauty blender mixed in with my foundation. But either way, it really just hydrates the skin and it like eliminates the cakey finish or that dry finish because I do apply quite a lot of product. So now I am baking and I'm using the RCMA No Color Powder. And I do find that this powder is a lot less drying than the Laura Mercier. But I do also find that it can give me a little bit of a white cast if I don't remove it properly. So be very careful with the RCMA. Now to give myself a little bit more coverage because the La Mer doesn't really cover up the acne trouble spots that I have, I'm using MAC Studio Fix Powder on my cheeks, just where I have like acne scarring, and on my chin because I did have some breakouts there, and that's an NC25. And then for the rest of my face, I'm using the Armani Luminous Silk Compact, and this is in the shade 2. So yes, I use 2 face powders. I'm that extra. And then to contour my face, of course, you guys know the drill. Bobbi Brown Golden Lights. I just always go for this bronzer. It's just a no-brainer for me, honestly. And then this brush, you guys are probably sick of seeing. The Zoeva Luxe Contour Brush. I just can't put it down. Every time I do my makeup, I feel like I need this brush. If it's dirty, I will go spot clean it just so I can use it. And then this is the Tom Ford Bronzer. So I ended up changing the shade that I had, which was, I think, Golden Light. No, Bronze Lights, for a darker shade just because it just wasn't giving me enough warmth like I wanted. And then I'm just wisping away the powder and I'm applying Luminoso by Milani. I know, I kind of have to switch up my blush. I do really love the new Becca blushes. I actually apply one of them in this video. And then I'm applying Costa Riche by MAC, one of my favorite brown liners. Really makes the eyes pop, and I feel like with small eyes, you really want to open them up. And yes, most people use creams, but I feel like not everyone wants that like doll-like look, but you still want to make your eyes look bigger. So using a nice warm tone brown is really going to open the eyes, make them pop, make them look more, I don't know how to explain it, just captivating, I guess. And then I'm applying some Bottom Lash Mascara from MAC. This is Extended Play Gigablack. And I did touch up my liner with the Ardency In Punker Liner, which obsessed with. And then I am just kind of defining my brows a little bit more. I do like my brows a little bit darker and a little bit more defined, especially with a wing liner like this. So I'm using a little bit of dark brown and ebony mixed together with the Zoeva wing liner brush, and I am not applying this to the front of my brow because they are pretty dark, so I'm just focusing this on the outer edges of my brows to really define them, really make them look fierce. And for the front of my brow, I'm using soft brown brow powder from the Brow Palette by Anastasia as well, and I'm just making sure that the product is evenly distributed and there is no harsh lines or harsh spots. And then I am jumping into the Jaclyn Hill Becca palette, and I'm mixing Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop. I love Prosecco Pop. It is a gorgeous gold shade, and I'm using a Morphe M310 brush, and I'm just blessing my face with the Jaclyn Hill highlights. And then I'm using the Bite Beauty Honeycomb lipstick. This is part of their Amuse lipstick line, and I love this color. It is a really nice nude. I haven't used a regular lipstick in a while, so I felt it was necessary. Now, to make my eyes stand out a little bit more, I'm just applying darker shades to the outer 3/4 of my eye, of the lower lid, and on my crease. So I don't want to bring any darkness towards the front of my eye because that's going to close them up. Now I'm using the Pixi makeup fixing spray, and I'm just letting that dry a little. I always spray this every single time I do my makeup. It makes a huge difference. And then I'm applying the Kylie lip gloss in Literally. That is the shade name. I do like So Cute too. And wait, maybe I'm using So Cute. I will leave it down below. It's either So Cute or Literally, just kind of to top off that lipstick, give it a little bit more shine. And then I'm using Becca Tiger Lily blush, which is a really nice peachy color. Now, to bronze up my face a little bit more, I'm using MAC Give Me Sun. I'm using products that I know look good and that I can count on. And then to contour my nose, of course, in La Mascara Heroin Shadow. I guess this is just kind of like my go-to products that I know will photograph nicely and are just great products. And then I am using the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder underneath my eyes to brighten them a little bit more, and then giving my nose a little bit of highlights, and I'm using Prosecco Pop from the Jaclyn Hill palette. To give my face a little dewiness, I'm using Fix Plus and the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist, and I'm just blending everything out a little more and adding Conceited by Angel Marino Mac Daddy. Love that glow powder. It is so nice on top of any other highlight. To just set my brows, I'm using a brow gel by Tarte. I love this one. I hadn't used it in a while, so I figured why not? And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and this is kind of like my go-to glam look. I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.